as long as I have to.
A Fort Myers Beach man is perched on the roof of his garage and doesn't have any plans of coming down anytime soon. Rick Lowry is protesting the town of Fort Myers Beach permitting department.
He says the town approved tens of thousands of dollars of Hurricane Ian repairs to his garage, but now they're saying it has to be torn down and brought up to code. Tonight, ABC 7's Gage Golding is joining us live from Fort Myers Beach and getting you more on why the city says it needs to be torn down. Gage.
Yeah, it's a really small detail, but it's actually a really big one. I want you to take a look up here on the garage. It's still standing, very sturdy as ever could be, but you kind of see the outline of where the roof once was for the house, where it kind of attached. I'm saying attached in air quotes. That's called the flashing, and the town says because that flashing is there, that this garage at one time must have been attached to the house. Now, the house was destroyed by Hurricane Ian, and the FEMA 50/50 rule says it had to be torn down. Now, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty. Because the house came down, the town says this is part of it, so this also has to come down. Now, Rick and his wife Amy say that's not the case. Actually, the town already approved several permits, and they dumped $25,000 to get their garage back up and running and repaired from Hurricane Ian. And Amy, I know this 25 grand, that's not just throwing a couple nickels in the pond there. That's a lot of money, right?
It is. It definitely is. And it's money that we don't have to put into the new home.
And you're sitting right now, you have your permit. It was denied by the town, right? You're ready to build a home, but they're saying you can't.
That is correct. We cannot move forward until this is taken care of.
And that kind of drove your husband up a wall, per se, or maybe up on the roof. What are your thoughts about your husband actually being up on the roof right now? I mean, through the storms, through the weather, and kind of protesting this.
I'm proud of him for the stance that he's taking on it and for what he's doing as far as trying to bring awareness to our community, or, well, for our community, I shouldn't say not to it, but for our community as well. It's not just our problem, but it's a community issue that's going on with permitting.
Well, Amy, thank you. And your husband, Rick, he's actually up there right now. Rick, how's he doing up there? You doing all right up there, Rick? About as good as you can get. At least it stopped raining. We got that for you. JP helped us out there. And, I mean, the big thing is, you know, why is this more than just helping you and your family? Why are you up here for the rest of the community?
You know, I'm up here because, you know, the community really needs some concentration on, you know, permitting issues that are going on there. Still with insurance battles, things like that. Everybody has a story. It's just always a different story. It's not the same as mine, but we're all battling to come back and stay in our homes, and one way or another, we have to get through it, you know, so we're just asking for some cooperation from town.
And we talked about that FEMA 50/50 rule. Everybody's heard about it. Everybody kind of knows about it. And representatives from FEMA actually stopped by today. How did that conversation go between you and FEMA?
It went good, but it just went to the point where they're going to look at it. They didn't really give us an answer.
And looking at it, is that good enough for you to come down? What will it take for you to come down?
My architects, engineers, or permitter or agent to get an answer in code that they can understand and say that that I should come
Rick,
down.
thank you. And I know that we got some answers from the town of Fort Myers Beach today. They kind of laid out three different solutions here. The first one would be is to build an attached home. In order to do that, they would have to kind of bring this garage up to code. That means a lot more money. The second solution is bring this garage up to code, but as a detached structure, and then build a detached home. So we're still talking a lot of money there. And then the third solution is the solution nobody wants, is to just bulldoze this building entirely. Now, we're also talking about how this impacts other people. The town says the town is part of the National Flood Insurance Program, and that brings lower rates to people here on the island, and that's a good thing. However, if the town was to look the other way, that could mean the rates could go up, and potentially they could lose out on future FEMA dollars. So obviously a lot to talk about here on Fort Myers Beach. And Rick, I wish you the best of luck up there tonight. At least the rain's wrapping up out here in Fort Myers Beach. Gage Golding, ABC 7.
Well,